Good evening. I'm Kim Christensen.
I'm Kyle Clark. A federal jury in Denver made a historic decision today, one with an international impact. They convicted a former member of Gambia's military of torturing political opponents on behalf of that country's dictator.
9 News reporter Spencer Soysher joins us. And Spencer, this case was tried in Colorado because the man fled to Denver.
Right. Michael Correa was convicted on 7 counts of torture today. He's now believed to be the first non-U.S. citizen tried and also convicted in an American court for torture that happened overseas. And it could open doors for future cases like this one. Victims hope to find justice at this federal courthouse in Denver.
I could see how emotional people got. People started crying.
But victims aren't usually tied to a torture case based out of a West African country from nearly 2 decades ago.
The Gambian means so much because if in our country we are not getting the trials yet.
Mariam Sankanu is a journalist from the Gambia. She came all the way to Denver to cover the trial of Michael Sang Correa.
A very big deal.
Correa was a jungler, a sort of personal guard for the previous dictator of the Gambia. Correa is accused of torturing political opponents who tried to overthrow the government in 2006.
He fled the Gambia in 2016 when our dictator president, Yahya Jammeh, lost the elections.
Correa landed in Colorado as a day laborer, but prosecutors said he overstayed his visa. And in 2020, he was indicted on a rarely used law that allows people to be tried for torture committed abroad. He's now believed to be the first non-U.S. citizen tried and convicted in an American court for torture committed overseas.
Michael Sang Correa made a huge mistake in coming to Colorado. He thought that he could escape accountability for the vile acts of torture.
Correa argued he was low-ranking and didn't have a choice of whether to participate in the torture, a claim that didn't do enough with a jury of Coloradans, who also heard of junglers who refused to partake.
For any country that could do a universal jurisdiction case and you win it, I think it sets a huge pace that it's not a safe haven. Criminals will not be running here.
The U.S. is the 3rd jurisdiction to try a case connected to the Gambian dictator's rule. With the conviction, Correa faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison for each of the 5 torture counts and a count of conspiracy to commit torture. Spencer Soysher, 9 News.
It was another really nice day around the metro area. Sky 9 caught this gorgeous view of the Flatirons this morning. Just look at that. The beautiful weather expected to stick around for a couple of days.
I didn't like that. Kathy.
Yeah. When she makes that noise, we all have to pay attention because that usually means snow, right?
Possibly.
Yes, it does. Actually, 72 degrees in Denver today. We're just mild out there right now, 63. So we cooled back only slightly. The wind was really cold this morning, temperatures below freezing, but with that kind of west to southwest downsloping flow, temperatures warm nicely. And a wave of showers coming into southwestern Colorado. We've been tracking rain and snow on the radar, and a little bit of thunder and lightning as well in a part of our state that's been suffering a severe drought. Only isolated foothill showers expected tomorrow. There'll be a few passing clouds for the Front Range and Denver tonight and again tomorrow. Really, the bigger changes come in Thursday afternoon. So mid-50s now, and we'll drop into the mid-40s by tomorrow morning. Weather headlines, we have sunshine in 70s tomorrow and Thursday. Changes Thursday night, a round of moderate mountain snow and some snow coming for Denver, accumulating snow. How will that time out for your holiday weekend plans? We'll have those details just ahead.
New tonight, man from Oregon has died while trying to hike the Manitou Incline. The city of Manitou Springs says other hikers called 911 this morning after finding the 64-year-old having trouble about 150 to 200 steps up the incline. They performed CPR until first responders got there, but the man did not survive. The cause of his death is under investigation. Tonight, the city of Edgewater has a new police chief. Randy McNitt was sworn in during a council meeting a couple hours ago. Before this gig, he worked for Lakewood Police for more than a quarter century. Last 8 years as a police commander. He replaces Melanie Thornton. She's a police commander with Arvada PD. She was serving as interim chief since Eric Stonsegrad stepped down last year. During his tenure, the city settled a federal lawsuit brought by a former officer who claimed sex-based discrimination and a hostile work environment. As part of the settlement, the city did not admit to any wrongdoing.
The DPS school board is considering placing new limits on future school closures. Board members voted earlier this week to move forward with a proposal. It would require the superintendent to wait at least 3 years after schools close to recommend new closures. However, the measure would include an exemption if there's a significant change to enrollment or funding or some kind of an emergency. The school board voted back in November to close 7 schools and restructure 3 others. That was roughly a year after DPS closed 3 other schools.
Right now, Greeley City Council is weighing whether to move forward with a $1 billion project for a new entertainment district. The big draw would be a new home for the Colorado Eagles hockey team. The Cascadia project would be built between Highway 34 and Highway 257 on the west side of Greeley. The centerpiece would be an 8,600-seat arena for the American Hockey League team that currently plays in Loveland. Greeley's leaders say that space could also be used for concerts and other events. The development project would include other NHL regulation hockey rinks, a water park, hotel, apartments, a conference center. Supporters think it could become a destination in northern Colorado. Others have said they think the money could be better spent elsewhere.
If we can control the growth and build something special, we can build a city around it, and it will prosper all of Greeley, bringing growth all the way through it.
Spending such a large amount of money on an entertainment complex geared towards upper-class citizens sends the wrong message about the city's priorities and would starve out and destroy the downtown Greeley area.
Greeley City Council is yet to vote on this big project. We'll let you know when that happens. One of Colorado's oldest names in beer is moving out of its historic home for the second time. The Aurora campus announced today that Tivoli Brewing Company is closing its campus location for good. Tivoli moved its brewing operations to La Junta at the end of 2023. The tap house at the Aurora Student Union stayed open till this past December. The brand stopped operating in the historic building due to a flood in 1969. Tivoli Brewing was founded in 1859. A group of brewers revived the old name, started serving beers in the building again in 2015. The Aurora campus says it's talking with a new potential partner, but wouldn't say more.
A beloved pizzeria in Inglewood that served generations of families may soon have to find a new home. Frank the Pizza King has been serving up slices on South Broadway for 64 years. The owners rent the building. They say they were told last week the building was sold, and the new owner has different plans for the property. Now they say they're being told they have to leave by the end of next month.
Pretty devastating for sure. My dad grew up here, my aunt grew up here, I grew up here, so this is home. This is our second home.
A social media post about the news has drawn hundreds of supportive comments from longtime customers, including one who's now started a petition. The family has not yet set a final day of service, but they say they're hoping to find a new location to keep Franks alive.
New tonight, investigators determined a recent wildfire in Berthoud was accidental, caused by an outdoor electrical issue. The flames spread nearly a month ago. It was March 17th, and ended up destroying one home. After talking with witnesses, investigators found where the fire started. They think an old battery and an outdoor lighting fixture was the issue. Firefighters contained that 21-acre fire in a few hours. No one was injured.
A Sand Creek Massacre memorial is headed to the state capitol. Legislators unanimously supported the sculpture to commemorate the 1864 attack. The project will be built in front of the west steps of the building, overlooking Civic Center Park in downtown Denver. The memorial will be made up of a 24-foot tall sculpture of an Arapaho chief, a Cheyenne chief, and a Native American woman holding a child. It will replace a Civil War statue that was toppled in 2020. The Sand Creek Massacre was a mass killing of Cheyenne and Arapaho people by the U.S. Army in the American Indian Wars. Soldiers killed more than 200 men, women, and children 160 years ago. It is one of the darkest days in the state's history.
Too many women are dying during and after childbirth in this country.
A new program at Advent Health is designed to cut down on the maternal mortality rate. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause explains how it works.
I never in a million years would have thought that it was what it was.
Just weeks after welcoming her baby boy River, Brooke Messer found herself short of breath.
I thought I just had a pulled muscle on the right side of my rib because it kind of radiated down my side.
The pain changed in just hours.
It just kind of hit me like a freight train. I couldn't breathe at all. I started grasping for air.
Her husband rushed her to the hospital. The 27-year-old had a pulmonary embolism, a sudden blockage in her lung.
Once they found out, I had a doctor come in and tell me that the outcome could have been a lot differently, that I could have came in dead. So just thinking about leaving At that point, my 3-week-old and my 6-year-old daughter without a mom was petrifying.
Brooke's lucky. Many women nationwide die in the first year after giving birth. Dr. Dawn Owens-Robinson says maternal mortality rates are high and concerning.
We are, for industrialized countries throughout the world, we have the highest maternal and infant mortality rates. We are the worst.
And it doesn't impact all women equally. Black women are 2 to 4 times more likely to die than white women. For Native American women, it's even higher. Advent Health is hoping to combat that by handing out bracelets to new moms that can notify EMS and healthcare workers that they're postpartum.
We are at risk of complications, and if we don't know that, for instance, a mother coming in seizing and they don't know that she's postpartum is going to be treated differently than a mother that's postpartum. The treatment is different.
It doesn't cost the hospital much, it doesn't cost the patient anything, and hopefully it brings a lot more good to the whole situation.
Kara Schreiber was inspired to bring the bracelets here after seeing their success in other states.
Honestly, if it saves one life, then the program's worth it to me.
Brooke says when she was admitted to the hospital, the moment she mentioned she was postpartum, they jumped into action, saving her life. She hopes these bracelets can protect other moms, urging them to act when something feels off.
Even a little bit of pain can be something serious.
Advent Health has the program running for their new moms at the Louisville Hospital with plans to expand it into Parker and Littleton. Rachel Krause, 9 News.